Greetings, my friends. You're tuned to most listened to radio talk show in America. I am Rush Limbaugh, and I've been doing this a long time. That means I have lots of experience. That means I know what I'm doing. A highly trained broadcast specialist and a professional, as opposed to rank amateurs. Telephone number if you want to be on the program, 800-282-2882. The email address, lrushbo@eibnet.com. The official opinion on Fox News is the Republicans should avoid a government shutdown at all costs. Whatever you do, do not shut down the government. If that means the losers in the last election get pretty much everything they want, then so be it, because the absolute worst thing you could do, according to Fox News, is shut down the government. The worst thing that could happen to the Republicans, who just won in a landslide election, would be to shut down the government. Even if it means that the people who lost the landslide election get everything they want, that's fine. That's preferable to the damage that would incur to the Republicans if they shut down the government again, like they did last year. Do you remember when the Republicans, so-called, it's not even really a government shutdown, it's a misnomer, but do you remember that last year? Almost at this time. It was in December during a lame duck session last year, and that evil meanie, that really mean, insensitive guy, Ted Cruz came along and single-handedly shut down the government, damn it, and just totally bollocksed everything up. It was so bad that the Republicans, in less than a year, won a landslide midterm election. Now, the thinking at Fox News on not shutting down the government is that, oh, my God, if we shut down the government, the media is going to kill us, and, the people are going to hate us, and even more than they hate us now, and they'll never recover from it. Don't shut down the government. And we really even aren't even talking about shutting down the government. But it's even worse than that, folks. We have mentioned this, before the election and afterwards. As you know, the Republicans won the Senate. That means the Republicans in January will control the House and the Senate. Now, set that aside for just a second, because it's going to happen. It's there. Even if the Republicans shut down the government, they're still going to be running it come January. Now, let's rewind, and let us return to the period of time, let's say just the last 3 years. Do you know how this country has been budgeted? Oh, by the way, speaking of which, we have finally hit $18 trillion in the total national debt now. And do you realize that 70% of that has occurred in the last 6 years? The national debt, $18 trillion, and 70% of it happened during the Obama administration. And how has it happened? Well, one of the ways it's happened is we haven't had budgets, because the Democrats ran the Senate. And the Democrats did not want to submit a budget every year, which would lay out their agenda, because they would not win elections if people knew what they were doing. And the budget is a pretty good indication of your agenda. So instead, we funded our budget in our country with something called continuing resolutions. And every period of time, say 45 days or 90 days, we would have to have a meeting between the House and Senate Republicans, Democrats, and come up with a stopgap spending bill for yet another 90 days. And every 90 days, there was a threat of a government shutdown. The Democrats would concoct something the Republicans couldn't support, and they would run around saying the Republicans should shut down the government. This would cause the Republicans to agree with everything the Democrats wanted, because the Republicans never we had to shut down in 1995, and oh my God, was it a disaster. Oh my God, do you remember? Oh gee, the government shut down in 1990. Oh, it was worse than Goldwater losing in 64. Oh, it was so bad we shut down. Oh my God, we've never recovered from it. So they think. So the alternative is to shutting down the government is the Democrats get everything they want. And the Democrats have gotten everything they want. They've gotten Obamacare, they got gay marriage, they've got amnesty, they got everything they want. Continuing resolutions, right? So we got to stop this, do we not? And the American people don't want any more of it. The American people so much don't want any more of it that they shellacked the Democrats with a landslide defeat 3 weeks ago. Is it 4 weeks ago? Whatever, November, whatever, the election day, not long ago, the Democrats got shellacked. The American people clearly do not want this budget, this country run by the Democrats anymore. They're fed up with it. They're tired of it. They want this stuff stopped. So what the Republicans are going to do is keep doing it. Let's go back to my undeniable fact that the Republicans are going to run the government in January. They're going to run the Senate. They're going to run the House. The Democrats, they're not going to have 60 votes in the Senate, but they're going to run the place. You know what the Republicans are doing right now? Fox News is telling them not to shut down the government. It would be the absolute worst. Oh, my God, it would be disaster. Shut down the government. Oh, you realize what the media will say about it? Oh, my God, the people of this country want the government so bad. The people of this country love the government. You can't shut down the government. Oh, my God, the people. Oh, it'd be horrible. Don't. Never mind the fact the Republicans won a landslide election not 10 months after they shut down the government the last time. But we're not supposed to remember that. Now, you would think, after the people have spoken, landslide defeat Democrats, $18 trillion national debt, everything Obama and the Democrats have wanted, the American people have said stop it, you would think that the Republicans would just do a short order budget bill to get us through, say, January or February. Just another short little continuing resolution. And then, in January, February, when they run the House and the Senate, then they do a budget that is responsible. Doesn't that make imminent sense, ladies and gentlemen? That's not what they're going to do. The Republicans are going to agree with the Democrats. If this holds, and we've been talking about it since before the election, and it's still out there as a viable possibility, the Republicans have decided to sit down with Harry Reid and whoever else and do the entire budget for the remaining fiscal year, which would be through next September 30th, this month. Thereby, the Republicans are guaranteed to run the House and Senate for at least the next 2 years. And if they do this, if they agree to a full omnibus budget on the Democrats' terms, obviously, the Democrats still run the Senate right now. So if they do a budget deal right now with the Democrats still running the show, it's going to be a Democrat budget all the way through next September. The Republicans have just thrown away one of the 2 years they're guaranteed to have power. Does any of that make any sense to you? You've just won the Senate to go with the House. You're coming up on 2 years of control over the House and Senate, 2 years where you control the budget, 2 years where you have the veto power over nomination, all kinds of stuff. The American people elected you to stop what's going on. And so what you're going to do is let the Democrats write the budget for the next year? Well, I mean, you're going to participate in it. You're going to say you're, but the losers, I guess this is what it means to cross the aisle and work together and compromise. Is that what this means? The Democrats are going to let the losers essentially write the budget for all of the remaining fiscal year, which is through next September 30th. Yeah, apparently so. And the reason why they say that they're going to do it is just to get it out of the way. So they can move on to other things once they're sworn in. Yeah, get the budget. Just get it out of it. It's a pain in the ass. Just get it out of the way. Kicking the can, it's mystifying to me. There's another reason, too, by the way. There's another reason why they want to do this, and that is to limit, block, stop whatever power newly elected conservatives in the House and Senate might do in writing and formulating a new budget. So if you do a budget all the way through September 30th, 2015, then you have rendered the newly elected conservative members of the Senate, whoever they are, and in the House, powerless over budget matters. And then over here, Fox News, don't shut down the government. Oh, don't you dare. The media, you know what? Worst thing the Republicans could do is shut down the, oh my God, oh, it's horrible. I don't even want to think about it. Oh my God, they're saying they're in abject panic up there. Fox News, inside the Beltway, oh my God, the Republicans might shut down the, oh my God, do you realize what Chuck Todd's going to say? Oh, gee, do you realize what the New York Times editorial? Oh my God, you know what Washington Post is going to say about, oh, geez, it's going to be worse than school lunch lies. Like, oh, gee, don't shut down the government. Oh my God. It's better if the Democrats get everything they want. That's much better than us getting blamed for shutting down the government. But remember, that meanie, selfish, power mad, egomaniac Ted Cruz, probably working with Sarah Palin behind the scenes, shut down the government last December. Yeah. And the Republicans won in a landslide like 10 months later. Go figure.